YouTube. So we're back with another video. We got something very interesting, something that's really cool, and it's something that I've been trying to do for a long time, and I actually didn't really know much about it. Luckily, I got my boy Vinny here with me, who's like, crazy with all the computer stuff. And I was just telling him what we wanted to do, what I wanted to do, and he's like, "Yo, we can make it happen. We can make it happen." So, as you guys know, Vinny behind the camera, he runs my ads, and we run a lot of several campaigns, different campaigns for different services. We run a maintenance division, construction division, and even a tree removal division. So right now we're running a maintenance ad. It's a fall cleanup related ad, and basically we have some leads coming in for fall cleanups. And what I noticed when we were running aeration ads, which we had gotten like, I mean, it was like what, like 100 aerations? It was like a couple hundred aeration leads. And it was great because a lot of them closed. However, it was very, very time consuming. It was like, and aerations are only like $250. That's the promotion we were running. And it was like chasing like $200. It was like so, just so difficult for what it was worth. Like, but it's like we made money from it. It was just like so hard. Like we were reaching out to people couldn't talk. I had to reach out to them we had to like delegate like 2 hours in the evening to just calling everyone, trying to get an address, trying to like to ask them if they want overs. It was just like so much. So when we ran the fall cleanup ad, I felt like we were gonna go through the same thing. And I was like, dude, like we can't go through this again. There's no way. Like if we get 100 fall cleanup ads, there's no way we're gonna call all these people, try to get an address, do this, do that, do all this craziness. So I was like, nah, we can't do that. We can't be doing that out here. With all this AI automation stuff going on now, it ain't happening. So kind of explain the process of how I wanted it to look like to Vinny. And we built it on Zapier, and we integrated it with Airtable and QuickBooks. Airtable is the kind of interface. Is that what you could say? Is that the software that we use? It's the CRM that we use. It's basically like a dumbed down Excel. It has a lot more features, a lot more friendly user kind of thing. I like the buttons. I can move around with it fairly easily. All right, guys. So basically, the automation is quite simple. Like I said, this is mainly like if you're running a lot of like different campaigns and you're getting a lot of different leads. And when people call you and you put them in your CRM and you're kind of following up with them as the process goes, that's one thing. But when you're spending a lot of money on ads, you're spending a lot of money like on all these different campaigns, the way we have it set up is we run an ad, they fill out a type form with their basic contact information, which is name, phone number, email, and then address. So we actually just made it address now. Before it used to be city and state and zip code. The reason for that was because I didn't want people to be afraid of like putting in their address. Like it's a little sketchy sometimes, but it just got to be too much. Like it was like a lot. So we were like, nope, we got to ask for their address, because like if anything, they could just look us up. They know that we're legit. So it works out better for us. And basically what we did was, here is the Airtable that I use. And basically the way it comes in is the way we have it set up is, this is a fall cleanup ad. We have their name, we have their email, phone number, city, zip, where they came in from, Facebook, Instagram, and these are the statuses, which I'm going to explain shortly. And then we have their address. So basically what happens is they come in here onto my Airtable, and I can see their address. I type in their address on Google Earth. From there, based on my experience, guys, so like I've been doing this for a long time. Based on my experience, obviously, like I can give them a very accurate estimate. Not only that, we're extremely efficient with our fall cleanups, as you guys saw. I have a very big like blower, so for us, fall cleanups are very easy to do, and like I said, I can give an accurate estimate just by looking at the house. And when you've been doing a lot of these houses, they all are relatively like the same. So what I do is I'll take the address, put it into Google Earth, come up with a price, and then from there, what I do is we have a estimate price section, which is here on Airtable, and I basically just punch in the price, and then what we did was we connected this area to a automation, which is with Zapier, which we're going to show you guys shortly. All I went ahead and did was I typed in the price. I switched the status to the automation that we wanted to go to, which is send the estimate. And that was it. That was it. It was simple as that. It took me 5 minutes literally to just run back and forth between Google Earth and Airtable, figured out a price, sent it, and just we're gonna follow up maybe in like a day or so just to make sure that they got it. But even with my QuickBooks will tell me if somebody viewed it already. And I could see that we have a client named Kim that has already viewed it. And I sent that like, a couple minutes before this video. So much easier, much faster, a lot more efficient. We're not calling people. And it's not that we don't want to call people, but it's like when you have, look, this is lead number 413. Like, it gets a lot. Calling 400 people, like imagine that. Like just think about how many of these leads like just go untouched. Think about how many leads of these, like how many of these leads go untouched. And it's not because we have like a bad system, or it's not because we're a bad company, or it's not because we don't care. It just gets to be a lot. Like it's just the truth. And then like you got a million things going on throughout the day. Maybe you still work in the field or whatever. Like you got kids. Like I don't. It just gets to be a lot. Like it's crazy. Super cool way. Very efficient way that we're going to be doing things. So I'm happy with it. I love it so far. We just triple checked everything right now and it worked. It already sent via QuickBooks. It's right there. It says he viewed it just now. And then now when I call him tomorrow or the day after, he knows what I'm talking about. And it's basically a yes or no. You know what I mean? We're not calling, hey, address, just chasing him around, telling him what is this and what's that. And not that we don't want to be educational, but we just want efficiency. That's all we want. Money comes in volume and efficiency. So show you guys real quick how we did that automation. And if you guys have any other questions about it, hit me up. Feel free to hit Vinny up, and we'll try to get you guys set up to something similar if you guys need any help. But let's get right into the automation. All right, guys. So like I said, we use Airtable. That's why you guys see Airtable there at the top. But basically all it is a Zapier automation. So Airtable, new record. We have all of our leads, all of our type forms go into Airtable with the information that we need for that lead. So once that record is created, basically it creates a customer in our QuickBooks. And in between that, once we fill out the price and stuff that we want for the fall cleanup, it finds the customer, creates the estimate, finds estimate, and then sends the estimate. There's obviously, a little bit more background stuff that goes behind each automation, because you got to select on the Airtable, you got to select which cell you want to do a certain thing. But that's all it is, guys. So like just real quick, like let me just explain to you guys how quick and how easy that automation was. Basically what we did was we ran a fall cleanup ad. Step 1, the customer filled out the type form with their basic information, including address. Step 3, I look up their address on Google Earth and come up with an accurate estimate for them. Step 4 is I type in the price in the cell that I needed to be typed into on my Airtable, change the status, and it sends. That's it. Just saved a whole lot of time. And now he already viewed it. And let's just say he approves it, right? Look at how easy that was. I didn't have to call him. I didn't have to talk to him. I didn't have to meet with him at his house. I didn't have to do all these different unnecessary steps. I just sent 6 estimates in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. And that's just efficiency, right? All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. As you guys can see, that's what we do for our fall cleanup leads. Very simple, very easy, and it's just good to be able to automate certain things, especially since we have the technology available nowadays. Like I said, handling and dealing with a lot of leads gets overwhelming, so I highly recommend you automate some things and just make it easier on yourself, you know what I mean? It's gonna save you a lot of money, it's gonna save you time, it's gonna save you hiring somebody that's just specifically for leads, when you can automate a lot of this stuff just yourself. So that's the reason I wanted to make this video is to just give you guys some value, because even a company of my size, smaller, bigger, doesn't matter what size you are, you're always going to have problems like this. I don't think there's anybody out there that's perfect at managing leads. Like it's difficult, especially when you're getting a lot of them at one time. Guys, that's it for this video. Nothing crazy, nothing in the field going on, but this is just a little bit of what I do throughout the day. my brain is just running at a million miles per hour, just like trying to like figure things out, how I'm gonna move certain things, how to make certain things easier, how to be more hands off, and just making processes like overall just smoother, right? And guys, like this system is not perfect. It's just what's working for me right now. Once we outgrow it, then we're gonna have to think of something else to do. But these are just the processes that, you know, one should be thinking about, making things easier and smoother. Feel free to drop a comment below if you have any questions. And I know that we didn't show the full integration, and that's because, you know, a lot of people have all different softwares. Like, you know, we use Airtable and QuickBooks. Somebody else might use something completely different. But we could even help you build this out for your business and your softwares, whatever you use. Feel free to drop me a DM. I'm always happy to help. Like I've said before, a lot of people help me on the way. I'm gonna make sure I help a lot of people, as many people as I can. So feel free, again, shoot me a DM, comment, whatever you wanna do, email me, send me a pigeon. And yeah, we'll make sure we take care of you guys. Take care of whoever needs help. So feel free to like and comment on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. My Instagram will be in the description below, so make sure you guys give me a follow too. But other than that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.